Dear student, welcome to online lecture series. This is Dr. Ramnath Andhale, Assistant Professor in Department of Zoology, KRT BH Commerce and AM Science, well-known KTHM College, Nasik. Today, we are ready to initiate the second semester. In the previous some chapters, we finish it, and now we can go through the zoology paper first, chapter 3, the phylum Arthropoda. In that, we also discuss about the introduction to the phylum Arthropoda. Again, the same thing to the before this starting the session, I just suggest you some books as common to the previous session. I already told you, but just revise them. Invertebrate, this is one of the good books, is available in market, is written by the Dr. R.L. Kotpal, and you can go through the lesson number 5 for the specifically phylum Arthropoda. Then you can also go through the another books. This is Animal Diversity Part 2. It's published by the Vision Publication and written by Dr. B.R. Kakote. And in this chapter you can specifically read out the lesson number 3, and in that lesson you can get it the good detail about the phylum Arthropoda. We can just take the quick review of previous session and start the today's session. In last session we discussed about the very basic information related to classification of phylum Arthropoda. You know that the phylum Arthropoda is divided into the 5 classes: the rotifer, gastrodica, nematomorpha, nematoda. These are the classes is found, and in out of these 5 classes, the only one successful class is flourish or evolve, and that class is known as the nematodes. We already this nematodon we go through the detail about silent feature and the example of this nematodon, as well as we also discuss about the economic importance of the class nematodes. In that, these some are the parasitic mode of life to the human being, like the filary worm, pinworm, roundworm, whipworm. These are the different worms helminth animal are pathogenically important to the human health, as well as some nematode are also the cause the diseases in the plant science. As a agriculture, most of the group are found in the free living environment, and they cause the diseases in the plant body. Some nematodes is also affect to the body of some domestic animal. That whole part we discuss in the previous session. Now the today's session we can discuss about the very basic information related to like the introductory information of phylum Arthropoda. Then we also go through the detail about the what are the gender characters of arthropoda animal. These two part is covered in the today's session. After you can learn these lectures, you get it the very good information with you, as like you all student you should be understand the class of phylum Arthropoda, and this all gender information we come across with you, and you can just go through these all animal. They are important to the human society. Again, this first part of today's session as like to the introduction of Arthropoda. Very first things to this arthropoda animal are the largest animal groups found in the animal kingdom, and these are the most successful phylum in animal kingdom, and therefore this highly evolved group of phylum Arthropoda. About we can consider the whole animal science. In out of this whole animal science animal, about 80% animal are belong to the phylum Arthropoda. That means you think about that the how much largest group of the phylum Arthropoda. In that group, in that phylum, about the 9 lakh species have been described till today, and some are coming in newcomers, as like you enthusiastic people go through the research and you get it some new species in the phylum Arthropoda. Recently, they estimate the total number of species in the phylum Arthropoda. In this phylum, about the 6 million, and these 6 million animals they are found in the phylum Arthropoda. You can look like the pictures here, the arthropodan animal, and is explanatory, self-explanatory pictures in front of you. Just we can go through that, the introductory information. What are the next introductory information is coming related to phylum Arthropoda. Very first, Arthropoda is the very common. Arthro means jointed and poda means appendages. That means the together again. Arthro is the Greek word and poda is also the Greek word. These two Greek words come together and form the one word as Arthropoda. That means those animals have the jointed appendages that animal put in the phylum Arthropoda. You know that this is just we can previous session we discussed about previous slide as this whole phylum are the number is high and largest phylum in the animal kingdom. About the 75% of the well-known species found in the phylum Arthropoda. These all animals are bilaterally, body is bilaterally symmetrical. They are easy to make it the two part of the body. Then this whole body as compared to the scale, means this arthropodan animal are metamerically segmented. You can look like here, this every part just separated, and this separation is metamerical. Whole body is separated, the whole segment, and therefore it is commonly called as metamerical segment. Distinct sepalization, we can see the head region, very proper sepalization we can observe. Again, you can look at the part of the as like exoskeleton body. This arthropodan animal body is covered, external cover. This thick, tough and non-living cell is covered as a chitinous and protective cuticles is cover the arthropodan animal, and this form the whole protective cover is known as the exoskeleton. As well as the remaining the thin, soft and flexible body found in between the segmentation, and the easy to movement is carried out due to the metamerical segmentation is there. Exoskeleton, it is I already said that this is the dead and not cannot grow it. The cast off, there is casting mechanism is found. Periodically they are cast it and it secrete the new outer covering of by the some layer of, and this layer is hypodermis is responsible for secrete the new exoskeleton. It is slightly bigger than the producer and they accommodate increase the body, and that this outer covering casting process they exit the old cuticle and then form the new cuticle. This process is known as a molting, and this molting occur due to the one of the specialized hormones. This is known as a ecdysone, and this ecdysone, this process, molting process, sometimes is commonly called as a ecdysis. Then these appendages, they are jointed appendages, but these appendages are pair, then segmented, they found in lateral, jointed, and they modified the as a jaw, gill or legs, and this very specifically modification is observed in that animal, and therefore this more successful animal kingdom, animal group in the animal kingdom. In that animal they have the true cavity, and this true cavity they consist of the coelom. This coelom there is reduced in the adult. They represented the cavity as a reproduction and excretory organ, and this coelomic cavity is filled in the reproductive and excretory organs. Then these animals are developed, or they are also known as a diploblastic. That means the development is take place by the three germ layer. Three germ layer development is found, and it also commonly called as a diploblastic animal. Then in that animal the cephalization is well developed, and this mouth part they consist of the more than one pair of jaw present in the mouth, and ultimately this mouth is very well developed in that arthropodal animal. Next character feature, you can see the pictorial presentation, and this picture we can just lateral section of that animal, and you view that the respiratory system, we can look at the pictures. There is commercial trachea, ventral trachea, dorsal trachea, spiracle, and the respiration is carried out. Some animal of arthropods, they see respiration take place through the surface area. Some aquatic arthropodal animal, respiration take place through the gills, and some terrestrial animal, they also found the trachea, as like we can see the tracheal system is observed in here. That area, the tracheal system is there, as well as some animal, arthropod animal, we can see the book lung in terrestrial arthropods. Again, this animal we can observe that in the excretory system the nephridia is absent, but the excretion is occurred. They found the very specialized gland in the body. That gland is known as a green gland, or sometimes some animal they also found the malfusion tubules, and the malfusion tubules act as a mechanism to the excretion of nitrogen waste product, unwanted waste product is removed from the body. Then in that animal the nervous system is well developed, they are ganglionated. They consist of this cerebral ganglia, then some pharyngeal ganglia, segmental ganglia, and these all ganglia are connected by the ventral nerve cord. This is another important feature. The nervous system is well developed, different ganglia, and they connected. The ganglia is connected with the nerve cord. In that animal they have the presence of the compound eyes, and this compound eye consist or develop the mosaic vision. The number of eye lenses, omitted eye, is found in the single eye, and therefore it commonly called as a compound eye. And the vision, the blurred vision, is developed by because this animal is fastly moving, and ultimately they develop the mosaic vision. Again, this arthropodal animal shows the sexual dimorphism, as well as the sexes are separated. The few organisms, the sexes are found in single body, or the development is occurred due to the parthenogenesis. And the fertilization, some animal the fertilization take place in internal body, and development occurred in the include as a metamorphosis. Just we can go through this very specialized feature as the metamerism. This body, we can look at the pictures as a body is metamerically segmented, and exoskeleton is covered with the body as a casting system, and as a frequently the specific time the outer cuticle is removed in the process of ectasis or molting. Then the most of the arthropodal animals show the bilateral symmetry. That means body is equally half part, identical half part. We can look at this is a lobster, and the lobster body we can just take the lateral sections, and the two exact half part is made up of this body, and therefore this body is bilaterally symmetrical. Then circulatory system. These arthropodal animals have the open type of circulatory system with capillaries absent. Arteries are opened into the lacunae or sinuses and collect the whole blood from the hemocoels. This hemocoel cavity, and the hemocoel cavity is receive the blood. You can look like these diagrams as a circulatory system. We can observe that here. Look at the heart picture, and this heart picture, the whole sinus is open type of circulatory system found in the insect. Then respiration, some animal respiration through gill, then trachea, some animal their respiration take place through the buccal lung, and many aquatic arthropods like the crab and the lobster, they have the gill, which are typically modification occur in the as a gill appendages and outgrowth of the body wall. They form the folded of tissue with large surface area. We can look at the pictures. This folding of the large surface is a gill part, and they act as a respiratory mechanism in the arthropodal animal. Then we can also go through that these arthropodal animals have the well-developed nervous system. They have the overall design of annelidon, anterior brain, and double ventral nerve cord is look like the in arthropodal animal. It's the same carry forward to the annelid to arthropods. The sensory receptor is found in the body. They are usually associated with the modification with the chitinous exoskeleton, and every frequent movement they give the sensation as a exoskeleton chitin's outer cuticle is remove casting mechanism through the ecdysis process. The head, usually there are various kind of sensory organ like antenna, and the antennae act as a very important features to take the sense of the biotic factor as well as the food. The extremely very sensitive organ found in the head region as a antennae. We can look at the pictures here. The just schematic diagram, and in head part the connection with the brain and this sensory organ is found in the head region as the antenna. And the antennae is act as a very sensory mechanism, as like to sense of chemical, sense of the food material, whole things sensory mechanism is carried by the antenna part. We can look like the brain, and the brain system, the all ganglion system is extended in the ventral side, and dorsal side there is extend the circulatory system as a cavity or heart. And you can look at the pictures as a segmentation part. Then ventral nerve cord, we can just look like the ventral nerve cord as a body's ventral side. The cord is similar like to the spinal column. In that animal, fertilization takes place internally, but development is usually indirect through the larva stages. The eggs hatch to the larva, first instar, second instar, third instar, then fourth instar, sometimes fifth instar, then go to the pupa and adult. Just we can go through the quick reflection point as like how many major classes found in the phylum Arthropoda. Is it cockroach? Is insect? Just go to the answer is yes or no. Then in that we can cover these two sections as introduction and silent feature. You can time for the assignment. You can describe in detail features of phylum Arthropoda. You can write details, and this detailed information write in this assignment on plain paper, upload on your Google Classroom, as well as you can just mail through on my mail ID like Ramnath @kthmcollege.sc.in. Just we can go through the quick review of today's session as a summary part of today's session. Very first, we can discuss about the introductory information of the phylum Arthropoda. Arthro means jointed, and poda means leg. They have all animal have jointed appendages, and that animal put in the phylum Arthropoda. This is largest phylum in the kingdom Animalia. About 6 to 9 million species is reported in this animal. And this is just we can go through the detailed review gender characters of the phylum Arthropoda. Then in next session we can just go through the different these all largest group of animal, how they are classified, which are the character feature, how many class is found in the phylum Arthropoda with detailed example, like to we can go to the detailed subphylum as a Oncophora and the subphylum Chelicerata. Okay, thank you and meet to the next lecture.